Hi, I'm Evelyn from evelynd.com. I am a nutritionist and a life coach. And today I wanted to talk about a concept that really I've noticed in my own journey and in working with clients, that there are layers in the process of changing. And I'm going to focus on health and weight loss here, just because that's what I tend to focus on. That's my niche. But this really does apply to any aspect of life. It could be your financial life, your work life, your relationships, whatever. But for the purpose of explaining and walking through these layers, the focus is more on health and food, nutrition, and weight loss, and those kinds of things, managing symptoms or disease. So I'm going to share my screen real quick just to kind of walk through this graphic that I created and talk through it, and then I'll come back and just close up. So here we go. So you'll see here that there are layers. And so I'll just talk about my journey. But I also find this when clients first come to me, unless they know already about the deeper work that I do, which a lot of them do, but let's say it's just somebody off the street that I'm working with, and they see I'm a nutritionist, I have a master's degree in nutrition, like, help me with this physical problem, whether that be my relationship with food or my eating habits or my weight or a physical symptom or condition that I'm dealing with. And so a lot of times when we are on this journey, we are looking at that surface layer first and foremost. What am I eating, right? And what do I need to either add to my diet or take out of my diet or change about my diet? And then you might also look at lifestyle. So exercise is another big area in the health and fitness industry. So looking at, exercise, am I exercising too little? Am I exercising too much? Am I doing the right exercises? Those kinds of things. And also other things like sleep. Sleep is a major factor in terms of our ability to repair and recover and to be in kind of balance or harmony with our hormones and metabolism and detoxification pathways. So sleep is another big one as well. Another thing that we might do on this surface layer is we might look at our stress. So maybe it might be something like just whittling down your schedule and saying no to more things. It might be physical stressors, like reducing your exposure to toxins or pathogens that are causing problems. This could be in our beauty products or in our home products, or just things that we are exposed to in the outside world. In this surface layer, we might take supplements. We might say, oh, I better, either get out more in the sunshine or take some vitamin D or some other supplement that can help with whatever you're working on. If we're on medication, we might make sure we're taking our medication. And we might, at this point, lead into this middle layer, which is either confirming a diagnosis. This is where we're saying, okay, I've tried all these things on the surface layer. I've implemented them, I've done my best, and now I need to get more help. I need to get more support here. And that's where we might work with a doctor, either a conventional doctor or an integrative functional medicine doctor, naturopathic physician, or a nutritionist or somebody like that, to kind of figure out and fix what we're dealing with, right? So this might involve advanced testing, whether that be blood work, maybe going into a full thyroid panel, looking at your vitamin D levels, that sort of thing. Or it could be kind of hormone testing, gut testing, food sensitivity testing, looking at different protocols, whether that be food eliminations or some sort of detoxification protocol. There's a slew of them out there that might be recommended based upon what you're presenting with when you seek outside in the health field. There might be treatments, other interventions that you might be recommended to go see a specialist. You might be prescribed a medication or a supplement protocol. And in some cases, you might be recommended or a good candidate for surgery. So, and there's nothing wrong with these two layers, by the way. These are just part of the journey. However, what I have discovered and what I want to share here is in this deeper consciousness layer, right? This is where we start to look less outside of ourselves on what we're doing, and we start to go within and start to really understand what is out of alignment. I love German New Medicine. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I love the concepts of German New Medicine from what I do know, because it aligns so much with what I have discovered just on my own, which is a lot of times our symptoms, whether that be a physical symptom, a diagnosis, weight struggles, skin issues, whatever, digestive issues, hormonal issues, doesn't matter what it is, are usually rooted in the emotional level, at the emotional level. So we have either emotions or a feeling of unsafety or conflict in the body that starts to signal to our various systems and organs that we are not safe, that something is off. And this misalignment can present itself in our physical structure, where, we might have, a sore back or a sore knee or shoulders or neck, or it could be within our organs. So this is where we might have different, kind of thyroid disease, or some sort of hormonal issue, an autoimmune disease, fertility issues, those kinds of things. We're looking at the misalignments and either the nervous system dysregulation that the brain is sending to the nervous system that says something's off, we're not safe. And these are, again, beliefs, stuck energy. It could be tension, gripping, beliefs, identity, about our identity, about our value, our sense of self-worth. This could be traumas, whether you call it big T, little t trauma, it doesn't matter. It could be small things that led you to develop different beliefs that are no longer serving this version of your human vessel. So it's at this layer that you can really do the most work. Without this layer, what I have found anyways, and I see this with clients all the time, let's say it's weight loss. If you're looking at, all right, I want to lose weight, and I'm going to cut my calories, I'm going to go keto, or I'm going to add a bunch of protein, cut my carbs, take out junk food, whatever it is, and I'm going to exercise, right? So you're at that surface layer, but you're not looking at what is going on with your beliefs, your identity, your sense of safety within your own physiology. And so this is where you might be good, kind of like, okay, I'm being compliant with my diet for a short period of time, or even an extended period of time. But until these kind of deeper consciousness layers are addressed, this is what I call really the real root cause, then it's very likely that the same patterns will start to emerge, because you can only kind of work at that conscious control level, that like willpower discipline level, for so long before the subconscious takes over. The subconscious is like 95% of what we operate, or maybe 98%, depending on what research you're looking at. So like only 2 to 5% of our conscious awareness of like, well, okay, I'm going to do this, so this is what I'm doing, is running the show. The subconscious is actually running the show. And that's where, we can feel triggered, or we can feel like we deserve the treat, or we've been so good, or maybe we're impatient that our results aren't showing up as quickly as we think they should. And so we start to revert back to those old beliefs, those old patterns that just keep us back at that level, because if you look at Bruce Lipton's work in the biology of belief, it doesn't matter what you want. It matters what you believe. That's what you're going to bring forth or manifest within your experience, including your physical body, your emotional body, and your mental body. So I wanted to just introduce this kind of new way of looking at the same concepts that I talk about a lot in my work, just because it came to me that it is kind of these layers, and there's nothing wrong with any of them. The only thing is, I feel that this deeper consciousness layer needs to be addressed, or else that's when, we're kind of stuck in the yo-yo diet trap, or healing one part's kind of like whack-a-mole. We're healing one symptom, but then another one pops up because we're not really addressing those deeper kind of beliefs and patterns that drive us most of the time. So I hope that makes sense. If you have an experience with either being stuck on maybe the surface layer, or in the medical intervention or health intervention, practitioner intervention layer, there's no shame in that. It's just creating more awareness so that you can expand deeper into your sense of self-healing and your own sense of self-empowerment. That's what I'm looking for when I'm working with my clients, when I'm looking at my own self and my journey as well. So I hope that makes sense. Leave a comment below. Let me know a little bit about your journey. And if you'd like to schedule a free discovery session, a free like 20 minutes, we'll chat on Zoom. Feel free to do that. I'll link that below. And you can also sign up for my emails where I expand even more. You can also follow me on Instagram at Evelyn D Nutritionist. I'll link all that below. And thank you for being here. Give it a thumbs up, give it a share, and comment below. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.